JYP is one of the most well-known companies in the K-pop industry, from which we've seen groups like Miss A, Wonder Girls, GOT7, 2PM, NMIX, Stray Kids, and others emerge. But if we're talking about JYP's most successful, popular, and well-known group, without a doubt, it's TWICE, a group that debuted in 2015 through a survival program that lasted 10 episodes, in which 16 trainees competed against each other to occupy one of the 7 spots of the next female group that the company planned to debut. Little did they know, this program would become one of the most known and iconic in the industry. That's why, on this occasion, we're going to summarize this program and give you a better understanding of how TWICE came to us. I hope you can enjoy it. And without further ado, let's get started. Chapter 1. In this episode, we will get to know the contestants and how they will be selected as winners in the end. There are only 7 vacant spots. The 16 participants will have several challenges where they will be evaluated, and according to the results, they will be placed in one of 2 categories, major and minor. The members who are in the major group are at the top and have the highest hopes to debut, whereas those in the minor group are still considered apprentices. There is even a big difference in the treatment. For example, the members of the major group have better benefits such as a celebrity car, a larger apartment, and even their training hours are better because they train in the morning. Those in the minor group don't have any of that and are only allowed to use the practice rooms at certain hours at night and in the early hours of the morning. On the other hand, the ones who make it to the major category will be given a collar with the name of the show on it, which they will wear throughout their time in that category. But if they are underperforming in one of the challenges and drop to the minor level, they will be replaced by another participant who performed better. During the exchange, the participant from the minor group must remove the collar from the neck of the member from the major group personally. This creates uncomfortable and tense moments. With all of this explained, they are assigned to each category. Some positions ended up being unexpected. For example, Mina trained for a year, but was sent to the major level on the recommendation of the coaches from the company, while Gio, who trained for 10 years, was sent to the minor level.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
First mission. The big question of the episode is, are you a star? No matter what the participants do for the challenge, they themselves chose what to do for their stage presentation to show their charms and talents. Thus, each begins preparing their stage, although as I explained, those in major had advantages. Also, those in major received advice from artists who have already debuted in the company. After preparation, each was called onto the stage to give individual presentations. Some stood out, such as Sana, Dayun, and Somi. Dayun had a fun way of conducting her presentation. Sana did something similar to a food show and fed JYP non-organic foods. And Somi did a taekwondo presentation. Chapter 2. We continue with the presentations. In this episode, we see the participant who is the best dancer among them, Momo, a highly praised and admired trainee. She does a very sexy dance, but is defeated by Natty, the youngest participant who also performed a dance. Thus, Natty becomes the first participant from minor to be promoted to major. This left everyone in shock because no one expected Momo to go down a level. Chaeryung promotes to major and demotes Jiwoon. Somi promotes to major by replacing Mina. Sana eliminates Minyoung and Jihyo eliminates Nayeon. With this, we have the new formation, and no one is eliminated in this mission.
You have saved our lives. We are eternally grateful.
Second mission, photo shoot session. Several individual and group photographs will be taken. And again, we see the big difference between the teams. The members of the major team were taken to a store, while the members of the minor group were taken to a kind of street market. Each one also had a different concept for their photographs. But here we take a pause to mention a moment that angered many fans. During this session, the photographer directly told Jihyo that she was fat, taking away all her confidence and causing her to try to hide in the photographs. If that wasn't enough, later on, when JYP chose Jihyo's photograph, the photographer, not satisfied with that choice, still emphasized that she was fat.
You are made of stupid.
Now let's get to the photographs. They started evaluating the group and individual photographs. Chapter 3. Changes are made due to the photos. Mina promotes to mayor and demotes Chaeryeong back to minor. Tsuyu promotes and replaces Jihyo, but we take a pause. It is implied that Jihyo was sent back to minor not because her photos were bad, but because she was considered to have gained weight, and she was directly told that she needs to take care of her image. Jonghyun promotes to major by replacing Dayun. Here, the changes come to an end, with Chaeyoung becoming the first eliminated participant. Third challenge, one-on-one battles. The participants create presentations and compete against a specific member. Depending on their performance, they will either remain in their current positions or change them. The participants who choose their opponents are the ones who were in minor at the moment. To make things more competitive, those in minor left anonymous challenging messages for the major members. With the presentations, we have noteworthy performances such as Jihyo, who chose a song in response to the criticism of her weight. Now let's move on to the specific matchups. Nayeon defeats Tsuyu, advancing to the major category. Jiwoo loses to Jonghyun and remains in the minor category. Chaeryeong triumphs over Sana and Dayun, leaving Dayun in the minor category and sending Sana to the same position. Chapter 4. Somi versus Minyoung. Despite Minyoung's good vocal ability, his voice broke during his performance. On the contrary, Somi displayed more confidence and significant improvement, earning her enough votes to retain her position in the major category. Mina versus Unso. Both performed dance routines. Unfortunately, Unso forgot a part of her choreography, preventing her from advancing to the major category. Jihyo versus Chaeyoung. Both gave good performances, one showcasing her vocals and the other with her rap. Nevertheless, Jihyo received more votes, moving up to the major category. Natty versus Momo. Both had dance performances, one lively and the other more sentimental. Natty wins, retaining her position. According to JYP, Natty successfully conveyed emotions. Unfortunately, in this mission, Unso is the eliminated member. Fourth mission, team performances presented before a large audience. There were 4 performances because the major and minor categories were divided into 2 teams. Thus, we had major team A and B and minor team A and B. Each team created its own choreography and distributed their parts. However, there was a lot of tension with minor team B, which struggled to work well together, very different from the teamwork in major team A. On the other hand, we had some members of 2PM participating. Woyoung gave advice during the training sessions, while Chansoon was the MC during the performances. Chapter 5. The members of the major team went shopping as a reward for their positions. Finally, in the program, Major A versus Minor B. JYP voted for the major team, but the audience voted for the minor team, so they were the winners of this versus. Major B versus Minor A. JYP votes for Minor A, but once again, the audience goes against it, voting for Major B. In this way, it is revealed that the losing teams will have to perform additional presentations, and the team that loses will have a member eliminated. Chapter 6. Minor encounters problems during their rehearsals, getting confused with formations and putting in extra effort for the performance. However, they ultimately did well with Lee Hyo-ri's iconic song. Minor Team B performed to JYP's song Swing Baby. At the end of the performances, 2PM's Chansoon asks Nayeon how she would react if they end up in last place, to which she responds,
4위가 됐다면
Evaluation moment. JYP gives his vote to Menor A. The public also votes, but they don't reveal the result until all the audience members have left. This is to encourage people to watch the show if they want to know the outcome. When the audience leaves, it's revealed that Minor A won, this time with a significant lead, and Momo is eliminated. The major members practice and perform with JYP. Afterward, they do nothing but relax and go camping to play games. Chapter 7. In this episode, after playing in the pool, they must choose 3 contestants who embody the characteristics of honesty, integrity, and humility. Words from JYP. He hopes his artists are better people than singers, and if you follow the groups or know a bit more about the company, you'll know that besides talent, the personalities of his artists also matter a lot. With that in mind, the votes are cast, and the results end up changing the positions of major and minor. The first to move up is Nayeon, landing in 3rd place and displacing Dayun. Then, they call Chaeyoung, displacing Somi. Finally, Jonghyun, who came in 2nd place, displaces Nati. Chapter 8. 5th mission, Concert Battle. Major Team A, Jihyo, Minyoung, Sana, and Chaeyoung. Major Team B, Nayeon, Chui, and Jonghyun. Minor Team A, Dayun, Chaeyoung, and Jinwoon. Minor Team B, Mina, Somi, and Natty. The mission involves attracting a large audience to a new mini-concert, so the teams start preparing their flyers and go to different parts of Seoul to distribute them. On the train, at school, on the street, performances. The number of attendees for each group is revealed, with Major Team A winning by a significant margin, so they retain their position in the major for the time being. Chapters 9 and 10. Due to audience votes, Minor B moves up to the major position, landing in 2nd place. On the other hand, combining the votes from the ball round and the audience votes, it is announced that Minor A ended up in last place. Therefore, Jinwon is eliminated in this mission. Final mission. The teams must perform with a different song and then a 2nd mission with the same song. To ensure that the teams have the same number of members, they choose Jihyo to also perform with Minor. Meanwhile, with Chui, she conducts an interview for a Taiwan program. Finally, with the performances. End of the presentations. They become a bit sentimental by giving some words to their families and having a reunion. JYP chooses Minor as the team with the best presentation. Nayeon takes the top spot based on audience votes, and Chui takes the top spot with virtual votes. After that, the changes are announced. Nayeon is the first to ascend, and Natty is demoted. The 2nd is Jonghyun bringing Somi down. The 3rd is Dayun, and Minyoung is demoted, something that many did not expect. At this point, there would already be the 7 members for twice, but JYP decided to integrate 2 more members. The first is Chui, considering that she managed to capture the audience's attention. And the 2nd is Momo, who, despite being eliminated, is included in the final lineup. JYP mentions that both he and the company trainers believed she should join the group, recognizing her talent and great effort, and that's how Twice was formed.